This is Lisa from Power Wheelchairs for Success, and this is another series of news you can use. Today we have two items for the news. Most of the news, wheelchair news, has been taken up by Delta and their new model for the aircrafts and wheelchair use. So we'll leave that one alone. We've talked a lot about that one. So at this school, they are raising $20,000 for a ninth grader who needs a wheelchair. So we really want to thank them for helping their classmate and their student with the funds for this wheelchair that he needs. He's using a loaner right now, and they understand that from the insurance it's going to take a very long time to get his wheelchair, so they've gone ahead and set up a GoFundMe, and they did it. They reached their goal already, I think, and so that is awesome. We'll see if they come out with Tishawn receiving his new wheelchair. So let's see what happens. They were saying they didn't have a van either for the family to store the wheelchair for travel. Now, that said, I'm going to put in a plug here that I do not advise anyone to put their wheelchair and store their wheelchair in any car whatsoever, in any van, any truck, because if that car gets stolen, that van gets stolen, guess what? Your wheelchair is going to go along with it. So please store your wheelchair in a safe place so that it never gets taken away from you. We know that they are very, very costly. So that is my advice for Tishawn's family, that they not store it in a vehicle. You all know that I look for the direct documents, and I put the links down below so you can read it and get your information, what you're most interested in. But by now, patients must have received their letters from Medicare. I am on the website for Medicare rights, and Medicare coverage, this is the title, Medicare coverage win for wheelchair users, which is very true. Last week I talked a little bit about Medicare finally approving as a DME wheelchairs that elevate a few inches. I think it's 12 to 16 depending on the model of wheelchair. So Medicare has approved that, which means that Medicaid also will be having as a DME this type of wheelchair. So CMS is working on those details, and CMS is the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services. So that includes staff and the database they use and all that kind of stuff. They have to look at the costs, circumstances, diagnosis, all that kind of stuff. So it takes them a bit to get all that organized. So once the requests start coming in, they will be ready to help the patients get that through. So here we go. Despite the clear need many power wheelchair users have for technology that helps them safely transfer to one and from the wheelchair and to better reach items and surfaces without joint or muscle strain, Medicare generally considered seat elevation in power wheelchairs to be a mere accessory, which was true back then. This categorization prevented coverage and downplayed the importance of features that help people maintain well-being, physical health, and community living. So these are three areas the Medicare looks at. So maintain well-being, physical health, and community living. So last year, CMS announced that it was considering updating this policy. The agency proposed allowing Medicare to cover seat elevation for some power wheelchair users as DME. This began a series of comment opportunities. You remember that they opened up a site where people could put in their comments, and their feedback regarding seat elevation. This began a series of comment opportunities where beneficiaries and advocates, including Medicare rights, applauded this proposal, explained the need for seat elevation, and urged CMS to cover seat elevation for all power wheelchair users, not just proposed subsets. In the final policy, CMS agreed to expand coverage to additional groups, citing that thousands of public comments from wheelchair users, advocates, and other stakeholders. The new coverage will apply when the individual has a specialty evaluation confirming they can use the equipment safely, and when they need it for one of the three conditions, so it has conditions, to perform weight-bearing transfers with or without caregiver assistance and or the use of assistive equipment, to perform non-weight-bearing transfer to or from power wheelchair in the home, and 3, to complete one or more mobility-related activities of daily living, such as toileting, feeding, dressing, grooming, and bathing in customary locations within the home. So those are the circumstances: to perform weight-bearing transfers, to perform non-weight-bearing transfers, and to complete one or more mobility-related activities of daily living. Toileting, feeding, dressing, grooming, bathing, in customary locations within the home. So other individuals, including those who do not use complex rehabilitative power-driven wheelchairs, may be able to gain coverage on a case-by-case basis. Future reforms could further improve access. CMS has indicated that it is also considering, and listen to this, it's also considering covering power wheelchair standing system as DME. So this is really critical for those who never get the chance to be able to stand. We know that for circulation and the health of the heart and for the joints and muscle health, it's really important to be able to stand and be able to stretch those muscles so they don't, atrophy. So having this ability to be able to stand completely is awesome. I am really looking forward to that, and that's incredible. So it hasn't quite gone through yet, but I am certainly looking forward to the response to that one. At Medicare Rights, we celebrate this important decision. We encourage CMS to cover standing systems as well and to address other coverage gaps, including limitations on DME equipment for use outside of the home. Such technologies can help people live safely and independently in their community. So this is incredible news. I'm sure by now everybody's gotten a letter from Medicare updating you on the use of on the different types of wheelchairs they will be covering, especially this one, which is with seat elevation, and the standing type wheelchairs. So we will have to just kind of wait and see if they approve the standing wheelchairs, which I don't need personally, but I think that for those brothers and sisters in the disability community who don't have the opportunity and are not able to stand would highly benefit from that type of technology. So I want to thank Medicare. I'm hoping that this news is good for you. If you're in the market of getting a new wheelchair, whether it's to update the one you have been using the last 5 years, or you need a replacement completely, that this news will be music to your ears. Now, granted, I want to clarify that this system of Medicare and Medicaid belongs to the United States. So I don't know what systems you have in your country, but Certainly look into the benefits of your insurance if you have some, or if that technology exists in your country and how much you might have to raise to be able to afford it. So that is the news you can use for this Monday, and I hope to see you very soon.